An announcement has been made. The formation of the ambassadors is underway. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be introduced to one of the most downright nicest superheroes you would ever meet. Allow me to introduce you to India, the average phone salesperson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is my coverage of The Ambassadors by Mark Millar. Our video starts out in India, two co-workers walking on the street, having a conversation about love. Banu and Jay were two best friends, and Jay was advising Banu to make his confession to Gita before it's too late. Sadly for him, he was never going to make that confession because today is the day he dies. Because out of nowhere, terrorists launch an attack on the mall. And this is the type of terrorist you never want to come across, the one who don't mind shedding blood, the ones that are actively looking to shed blood. Chaos ensued. People were dying, explosions everywhere. This was a living nightmare, and everything would have been cool if our boy just decided to save himself. But sadly, he was a good guy. As soon as the terrorist laid hands on Gita, he sacrificed himself. Even while this place was still being surrounded, he didn't care. He was going to save the girl he loves. But sadly, the terrorists had other plans. They riddled him with bullets like he was cheese. And a second later, they were gunned down themselves. The police force was here. But sadly, our boy was lost. Like I said, today was the day he dies. Unbeknown to him, his death was going to breathe in new life to the world. Because he was the first, or rather he was the second hero to be born. He was supposed to be India. The selection process was taking horrible time. We see that they have gotten 2 million applicants of good people claiming they were the best heroes of their country. But Korea, with a quick scan, realized that they were not the right fit. She was even wondering where her ex was. He was too quiet. He should have made a move by now, but he will. Just wait. Right now, the only prospect she had was our boy, Binu, who was currently being treated for his gunshot wounds. And a week later, he was fine. I mean, he was perfectly fine. He was more or less finding it hard to comprehend why he wasn't cold. In Antarctica, this place was supposed to be freezing, but they made it clear that this place is climate controlled. They're good like that. His next worry was his family, his friends. But the thing is, they all knew that he was safe. Or rather, they knew he was awake. They didn't know he was about to be given a gift that most people would die for. But he wanted to know why. Why me? I'm just a regular guy, a phone clerk. I don't even feel any different. And that's when Korea pointed out, yeah, you won't. We haven't given you access yet. And like a flip of a switch, he was given access. He saw a selection of hero abilities he could pick from at any time. And right now, she recommended gravity control, super speed, and flight. And he said, okay, and selected. And when he got back to reality, he was a changed man, brimming with power. With a thought, everyone around him started to float. And when he noticed everyone around him started to fall, he made them double their weight. But thankfully, he was a quick study because he got his power locked up quickly. Now, India was born, the new teenage hero. His first impression was he didn't like the suit. It was terrible. He felt like a target. But the scientists made it clear that they got comic book artists to design this suit specifically so it doesn't look goofy. You look good. You just have to accept it because now you have to go on your first mission. You see that satellite? I need you to control the gravity around it and put it into orbit. Don't worry, I'll come with you. And so they took off. Himself, India, and the leader, Korea, took to the skies, going higher and higher every second. And it was only when they got to orbit he realized that this is insane. I'm in space. An ordinary, untalented kid from India was in space. He was a superhero, but the fun wasn't over yet because Korea could tell by the look of his face he was finding this hard to believe. So she told him, jump. No powers, no nothing. Just free fall down to the ocean. You'll be good. Now, usually he'd be terrified, but he cracked a smile and took a leap of faith, trusting her words. And she was proud because this was a literal leap of faith. If he wasn't able to pull this off, he wasn't cut out for this job. And he was cut out for this job. On his way down, he was screaming at the top of his lungs, I am just a normal kid. But she knew. They all knew. Yeah, bro, not anymore. You're a superhero now. Back at HQ a few days later, we are introduced to Mexico. Well, Mexico was different. You see, he was a good guy, yes, but he was unorthodox. My guy was smoking that bush, and they had to tell him, bruh, that's not allowed here. Please put it off. And he did. But on screen, you could see everyone was talking about India. He was the new breakout star. He was a real hero, actually surprising himself that he was really good at this. But right now, the bad news had to come. They had to tell him this part of your life must be kept a secret from everyone who has ever known you, including your family. When you head back, they're just going to think you woke up from a coma. That's it. But that wasn't even all. If that was all, it'd be cool. But the worst part was to come. You see, your accident was 5 years ago. 5 years. Gita, the girl you saved, and your best friend Jay had gotten married. Your death, or rather your accident, brought them together. They have a kid now. You have to come to terms with this. That was the hardest part, because he had no one else to blame. He just felt like he lost. Even if he was winning, he was a hero, a superhero. But thankfully, his friend Korea was there to comfort him. So, he toughed it up. He went over and he saw his parents. He saw Gita and his best friend, and he couldn't stay mad. He was just happy to see them. I mean, they had a kid now, and she knew deep down that back then he had a crush on her. But now, they were family. Now, he has to look forward, because he has a job to do, not just as a superhero. The store gave him his job back, even gave him a promotion, with his face plastered on the wall as the hero who saved Gita's life. His life was good, a hero in his normal life, and a superhero in his other life. But one day, on a simple Monday, someone walked into his place of work. An older lady, claiming that she had a proposal. She dropped a check on his desk of $100 million with a simple question. Tell us how you got your powers. I have come here at the behest of the superhero named Korea's ex-husband. I told you guys he'll be back, and of course he's the big bad.